So carry on, guys.
Good morning and welcome everyone for Empowering Morning Conversations under Good to Great umbrella by Mr. Sukdeepak Malwai. So this is about everyday morning we having empowering conversations, bringing the wisdom across and making sure that whatever our mindsets and our life improves through these conversations. So this is another initiative Mr. Sukdeepak Malwai greatly accepted to really come and talk to us on a daily basis to bring in the pearls of wisdom based on the experience, his own experience and other experiences. So this is a great initiative we are starting today. Welcome once again, every one of you. I'm sure we will be benefiting a lot from this wisdom and this conversations. Conversation is very important for us to really understand the importance of the great principles of life, the great learnings from life we can learn through Mr. Sukdeepak Malwai. So with that, I'll hand over to Vetri. Vetri, few words from you.
Good morning, everyone. It is a wonderful opportunity once again for all of us to have a wisdom in the morning itself. It is a missing link, I have been thinking. We are learning so many things, but in the case of implementation, we fail. So, what to, how to fill the gap? Then the answer is Mr. Sukdeepak Malwai is giving. Morning itself, it should be reminded of who you are, what you should do, where you are going. Then the day is taken care. If the day is taken care, whole life will be taken care. So that is the whole idea of these things. And it is again an opportunity to be with a person like Mr. Sukdeepak Malwai, who learned right things, who experimented right things, and who has the willingness and good heart to share the knowledge. So we all will use this opportunity and grow within and outside us. That is the whole objective. I was thinking, what is the important thing in life? It is changing the world or changing ourselves. When we have different experiences, we get this doubt. Then after coming to him, I realized that we don't need to change the world. We don't need to change ourselves. We need to sharpen our perspective and give the right direction. Then the whole world will be very beautiful. We will be very nice. Everything will be taken care. That is the exact beauty Sukdeepak Malwai is serving us. We should make use of it and should go forward. I want many people to get benefited by this. And over a period of time, I'm sure that it will be so exciting. With this, I want to hand over to Mr. Sukdeepak to inaugurate the session.
Thank you, Vetri.
So hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So a couple of things, which I wanted to set right. Okay. First of all, I want to appreciate and acknowledge Vitrivel for being a guy who keeps inspiring me to do something different. Right? He's the one responsible for the Good to Get program. So he told me, why don't we do something like this, sir? I said, okay. So one thing about me is I always say yes. Let's do it and find out. I mean, what's wrong with it? It's another adventure we can go on. Another person who keeps inspiring me with his very quiet and very peaceful presence is Mr. Rama. Okay, third guy is not there today. Fourth lady got sick because she had to speak today. So the thing to set right is that you are not here, to get the benefits of only what I have to say. Okay. So this is not about me. This is about empowering conversations that we will have with each other. And the wonderful thing is that when we all participate, when we share, when we question, we open up new possibilities. Problem of listening to a lecture is that you listen to the lecture and okay, fine, wow, that sounds good, I should try it out. Yeah, it's like a conclusion. A conversation opens up new possibilities. So what can be better than starting a morning opening up new possibilities? As you can see, written behind me is a quote by somebody, who, I mean, this quote I heard in 1982 in a program which I did. I said, wow, for adventure, we go and see the movies. That's not a real adventure, is it? It's somebody's adventure we are enjoying. That's taking vicarious pleasure. Like it's watching like porn, you're not doing it, you're watching somebody and having fun. I mean, crazy. So when I listened to this one, I said, wow, a deaf and blind lady, can you imagine? A deaf and blind lady, she says, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. I said, wow, that's true. I was 27 years of age at that time. I'd been working for 13 years. Very, very, 2 children, mera roti, mera makan, my house, my family, and that's it. And I realized that all I'm doing is living for survival. Yeah. So I'm surviving very well in life, right? What is survival means? Okay, you are getting good money, multinational German company, but somehow every month, by the end of the month, you are wondering, okay, when is the next salary check going to come from? Okay, that is surviving or thriving. So every time you want to do something, should I buy this book? Oh no, it costs 200 rupees. When you go to the restaurant, you're looking at the price on the menu to decide what you should order. Yeah? And your very brain is calculating, oh, this is 1 day's salary. This is 2 days salary. So are you even enjoying your meal? No. Is that an adventure? So what kind of a life am I living? Am I surviving or am I thriving? So question to ask is, what do I want? I mean, do I want to survive or do I want to thrive? You tell me, when you look at your life, what do you feel? I mean, are you surviving? Are you thriving? So let's hear from someone. What do you think about the life journey that we are living? Does it look like an adventure so far? Come on, guys, open up your mouth and join the conversation.
Sir, what exactly is the meaning of thriving, sir?
Well, look it up. No, there's a dictionary. Thank you very much for asking that question. Think, anybody who can enlighten him, what is thrive, what is survive? It's opposite of survive, okay? Reddy Garu. It is the opposite of, yeah. So, okay, let me tell you in my words. I mean, since you ask, I owe you an answer. But I don't like to become a dictionary, But still, I'll tell you. See, for me, and it's for me, thriving means to live life of joy, okay? To live a life of an adventure, to feel free like a child, okay? In Urdu, there's a word, zindagi ka lutf le rahe hain. Like every moment, we are living our life for 100%. That is thriving. You know what? If you look at nature, you're fond of going to the park or going to a forest. Let me give you an analogy. If you go to a garden which human beings have cultivated, okay? So there is a Mali who will come and he will run that mowing a lawnmower every morning, cut the grass, okay, trim the hedge, and now that's a garden. He is sculpting it for our desires, okay? That is our state.
Yeah.
Molding ourselves to the reality of everyday life, making sure you do like this, and I can't do that, I can't do that. That garden is a beautiful place, is it not? So our life is beautiful, no doubt. But we are like Sarai. Now, if you go to the forest, there is no gardener. Correct? There is that gardener up above, right?
Yeah.
And that forest is thriving. All sorts of, animals and insects and birds and, and it's got its very natural way of regulating itself. So there will be grass, there will be shrubs, there will be herbs, there will be trees and everything over there. There, nature is thriving. In our garden, nature is surviving.
Surviving. Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Because your question also opened up more possibilities for me, Sometimes we think we know some words. And when we discuss with people, we find out, oh, this is this also, and this is that also. How exciting. Thank you so much, Reddy Garu. All right. Somebody else. What does your life look like today? Are you surviving or thriving? Don't say, oh, surviving. But if you were to look at
Mostly
your life,
surviving.
yeah, so and why would you say that? I mean, you're such a big businessman, you're running a big industry. How many people are employed by you, Reddy Garu?
70, sir.
Yeah, so 70 people means 70 families, and 70 families means how many people?
I say about into 4, about 280, 300 people.
Right? And you know something? Those 280 people are consumers, they are buying goods and services from
Yes, sir.
people,
Yeah.
right? So, how
Yeah.
many families are you actually contributing to?
Okay.
I mean, we start thinking in that manner,
Sir.
you have an opportunity of
Yeah.
actually making an impact to maybe 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So once I was talking to a brigadier in the army, I asked him the same question. Okay. I said, how
Okay.
many people's life are you impacting? He says around 1,000 people.
Okay.
I said, really? What about their families? Oh, that's about 5,000 people. Okay. So if you really start looking at this network of life, you understand, everybody understands the concept of network. Okay. Like on a computer, it's easier to understand, right? Or do you
Yes.
see a spider web? Okay. One
Yeah.
little insect can come and sit on one side somewhere. There's a vibration felt everywhere, and that fellow, the spider comes and he goes. Right? So I'm saying we are like nodes, each and every one of us in an interconnected universe. And what is affecting somebody is affecting me also. Okay. Can I survive? I can survive on my own. Can I thrive on my own? It's a good question to think about. I can survive on my own, maybe. That also is a big maybe. Can I thrive on my own? Maybe. So thank you very much, Shiva, Reddy Garu. So some more people, what do you think about your life right now? What's happening?
Can
What
you
would
be
you call it?
Yeah, so can you be in between? Because at times I feel I'm on a survival mode. Sometimes I feel I'm thriving also because I enjoy many times what I do. So I mean, is it possible to have both the thing in between?
I don't know. You ask yourself a question, Nehal. If you are finding it difficult to make difficult choices in life, is that surviving or thriving?
No, but is it you have two excellent choices, so definitely you may be finding difficult in choosing it, right?
That's all right. See, the fact that something is difficult is surviving or thriving. Why is
I think
it
it is not.
difficult to make a choice? I mean, look at a child here. You just show him something, fadak say he'll choose one. He's not even thinking about it.
अरे but अपना तो life मतलब it's like your future is dependent on your choice and decision
Ah,
making.
what kind of a decision would that be? My future is depending on it. As though you've got some guarantee about what's going to happen in the future. Mr. COVID comes to you in the lift. 3 days later, you are bye bye. Thank you very much. What guarantee have you got? Okay. But have you noticed something? Can you call it surviving? That fear of the future doesn't allow you to live your present moment 100%. See, the reasons for this conversation itself is that we want to shake up our already always thinking. Yeah, the reality, the points of view that we so strongly hold on to. Maybe they are the ones who don't allow us to survive. Okay. So looks like no more people are going to join. Quite surprising, Rama. 23 people registered and only 8 people are there. That includes the 3 of us also. So is it some difficulty in joining? We'll have to find out. Okay. So Vitrivel, can we take a poll with these 8 people? I was waiting for more people to come.
Definitely, sir. And I give a little credit to timing also. We have to set a time for comfortable to everyone. We'll do for that. Let us start with people available with us. Lena, Madam, Shiva, sir, Suchitra, Nehal, and Gema. Can you just suggest me your convenient time? We have 3 slots: 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Maximum, we plan to have this conversation for 30 minutes, and after that, depending upon the situation, it may extend little extra. But idea is to have a 30 minutes of wisdom with sir and through this empowering morning conversation. You can put it in a chat box saying which time is comfortable for you, 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. or 7:30 or 8. Requesting you to just take a minute and give us the clarity so that we can work on.
People started putting it. Let everybody put it, no? So how many people have done it already? Okay. Anytime is okay. Fine. Has everybody said it? Just have a quick count with Riven.
Yes, sir. Actually, chat is not been enabled to everyone. So it goes only to you. So it is
No.
like you have to announce the final result.
Oh.
Yeah, the chat goes only to you, sir.
Oh, okay. Very sad. Should go to everybody. Okay, just write it down. Nehal says 7 o'clock. Leena says 8 o'clock. Rama says 7:30. Suchitra says anytime. Reddy Garu says 7:30. I say 7:30. Nehal says anytime. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So who's the person missing then? Hema Thakur has not said. What time suits you?
और वो पंखा कहाँ का चल रहा है आवाज
Hema?
हाँ
Hema, are you there? Are you listening? Yeah, 7:30. So now what's the tally then?
It's 7:30, sir. Hands down.
Okay, so very good. Congratulations. So it's 7:30 and there we are. So tomorrow we'll see you at 7:30. So welcome once again to the inaugural session and let us see. Oh, one more person has come. Fantastic. What we will do, so you can ask Malini also as she has come, what time suits her generally. She will definitely say 8:30. Wait a minute for her to get inside. So good morning and very, very warm welcome to you, Malini.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, you are a little late, isn't it? So
Yeah,
20 minutes late only. Congratulations. So today is the inaugural session of the morning conversations. So as you can imagine, it's a conversation. It's not a lecture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
people are, yes.
Can I say something, sir?
Who is speaking? I can't. Yes, of course. Why don't you unmute your video?
Okay.
That way I'm able to make out who's saying what. All right. Good morning.
Good morning. Sir, are you able to see me?
Yes, yes. Very clearly. The sun is on your face.
Okay. So, okay. Sir, so your question about survival or thriving, I'm just sharing what comes to the top of my head. I feel we are trying to mimic nature by asking this question, and nature itself doesn't ask this question. It is driven to first survive, and if there is extra energy or resources, to thrive. So one is not valued over the other. So I think the very question puts us in survival mode. So this is one insight I have, sir.
You know something? We are living in a world of duality. Okay. Yeah. So those who have done the oneness session with me, right? This or that, right or wrong, good or great. That's what we live in, isn't it?
Okay.
So let's look at it in another way. So is our life a daring adventure? Am I present all the time? Do I want to be present all the time? Am I trying to survive, as we call it, against all odds? You know, life is an effort and life is a struggle. And, you know, there's something long time back. Again, when I started my journey, there was this quotation by George Bernard Shaw. It says, "This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized as a mighty one. The being a force of nature rather than a feverish, selfish little clod full of grievances and ailments, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making me happy. And I said to myself, oh, Sukdeepak, you are one of those people, a feverish, selfish little clod of grievances and ailments, complaining that the world is not devoting itself to making me happy. I said, that's not what I want to live at. Okay? For me, that's what survival means. Okay? I'm saying if we can be people who can be present to whatever is occurring in our life without loss of power, like saying, all right, this is it. Rocks are hard, water is wet, right? If I'm angry, I'm angry. If I'm sad, I'm sad. I'm happy, I'm happy. I mean, okay, fine, great. It's all the same to me. I will live every moment of my life 100%. For me, that's what thrive means. And it's taken me, 65 years to reach that point. So at the age of 68.
So what you're talking of is just like a paradigm shift in attitude, isn't it, sir? Not anything to do with right away trying to change one's any of the coordinates of one's life, isn't it? It's just this paradigm.
Yeah, that's what transformation is, isn't it? We are shifting our relationship with life. Like paradigm is a nice word. I like it, the context of our life.
So for example, if I have to make this shift from survivor to thriver, what is the one thing that I need to do, sir? If it's like I want to enter this thing. So
you're in a big hurry, The one thing I'll tell you, the simplest thing to do, I start living at cause, and that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Suchitra. We will be talking on those. See, that's the design of the program that you're attending every Monday evening, the Good to Great program. Every program of mine, those who are doing this, is to shift the paradigm and stay in it. The problem with transformation is it doesn't last. We live in a morass, a bog. It sucks us into it. Yeah, so you'll get these moments of enlightenment and you'll get these moments of freedom, and then your default mode will take over. Something that is so hardwired. So one of the things I realized was that if we stay inside of empowering conversations, and if we stay with people who are like-minded, like the group that is gathering here, then if we engage our mind in those kind of conversations, it will keep me out of it.
Okay.
Out of the morass. If you look at the way life is today, we are surrounded more and more by negativity rather than positivity. You open the newspaper, negative. You open the TV, negative. So many people died today. So many corona cases, lockdown here, lockdown there. You can't get out of your house. Now, you might, by choice, like to be in your room or your house for days. I mean, I'm that kind of a person. I'm like a hermit. It doesn't matter to me whether I go out or not, right? But the moment somebody imposes it on me, is, oh, I can't go out. So that's the structure. So if I'm living in a reality where, so that's it. Let's get into it. I mean, you've just very rightly taken us where we want to go today. Thank you very much. So I suppose you've got the conversation going. Thank you very much. Have you fulfilled whatever you said you wanted to fulfill by your statements? Suchitra?
Sir, are you asking me? Yeah. I got your point, sir. So what you are saying, in a sense, what the scriptures say, that the most important factor is satsang, or the like-minded, the frequency of the energy field of like-minded people.
That's one of the things it says, right? So let's not conclude that is the only thing. If you ask me what is the thing, I will say stop judging.
Okay.
If you ask me, I'll say stop living in duality.
Okay.
If you ask me, I'll say stop living your life like a victim.
Okay.
So there are many things. So let's say today let's take a new look. Okay. So first of all, very, very good morning. And let's start on a very, very energetic note. Okay. So all of you, please stand up and you put your hands on one side like this, like a bird, and I want you to push down. And as you push down, you will say, I am pushing down all my barriers. Ready? Start. I am pushing down all my barriers.
Pushing down all my barriers.
Yeah, and that leaves me open to participate. It leaves me open to listen. So congratulations. Purpose of all the work that I do. I was looking for a catchphrase. I was looking for a formula. I found it last year in one of the programs that I did, and I became a facilitator for that. And my thanks to Dr. Dan Heer and Gary, who gave me that. And this formula is very simple, and that's what we want to lead you all to. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Say with me, everybody. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and
All
glory.
life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory.
All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory.
All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory.
All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory.
Tadastu.
Fantastic.
All of life
All
comes
of
to me with
life comes
ease,
to
joy,
me
and
with
glory.
Ease, joy, and
That
joy.
is our purpose, all right? That is what I will call as thriving. So, question is, if you look at our life, are we at the effect of life today? Means like a victim being pushed around, people deciding, life deciding what I can do or what I cannot do. That's called being at effect. When you say that circumstances are controlling my life, it means I'm at the effect of life. Okay? Or are you being at cause? And something very, very interesting. It's all a matter of what you say to yourself, You can look at everything and say, oh my God, I'm at the effect of my life. Because you allow it to be so, because you say that that's what is so. Or you can declare and say, I'm the cause of my life. I'm the cause of whatever happens to me in my life. Do you have a choice between the two? Yes, you do. Because it's what you say that matters to you in your life. Whatever may be happening, we look at that and then we say something to us, oh my God, I can't do anything. They are controlling my life. They are deciding my happiness. So the way we have wired up ourselves, the way, our mind programming is going is, our actual literal emotional life depends on other people because we say so. So do you have a choice? Of course you do. If you choose from today and say, hey, listen, I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for my emotions. That is what will be so. Now, is it true or is it not true? Let's find out. Okay. I'm going to ask you to do a little silly exercise with me right now. And for that, I want your cameras to be on. So that I should be able to see you. Each and every one of you, please switch on your video so that we can see you. Reddy Garu, we are looking at your photograph. I'd rather look at you. Thank you very much, Guna Shekaran. Thank you for being there today in the morning. Are you feeling all right? Wonderful. Hema and Malini, can you also be visible, please? Time is passing. You don't have to speak, so it's fine. Great, Malini, fantastic. Did you go to school in Coimbatore, Malini? Ever? Okay, then that's fine. Because I used to be in school in Coimbatore and one of my classmates used to be a Malini. So I thought maybe you're the same one, but you're too young for that. Anyways. All right. Now, everybody ready? When I say 1, 2, 3, you have to laugh 100% and we're all looking at you. 1, 2, 3, go! %. One person told me, sir, I don't know how to do that. Okay, not bad for a group. I mean, you know what? In the virtual world, it's very easy, right? If you were all sitting together in a room, 20, 25 people, and I'd asked you to laugh 100%, then do you think you would have done that?
Sir, I'm laughing. My roommates are staring at me.
So, Mike, what was the question and what's the answer you're giving me with Riven? I said, if we were sitting in a room full of 25, 30 people, would you have let go and laughed 100%?
If everybody does,
So I asked this question to people, said, did you laugh 100%? Somebody said, yes, sir. I said, your face doesn't know that you laughed. How come? No, sir, that's how I laugh. But is it 100%? No, sir. So why did you not laugh 100%? Sir, there is no reason. You didn't crack any joke. How can I laugh just like that? So do you notice something? We are so conditioned that if somebody cracks a stupid joke, like they say in Kerala, not joke, joke, not coke, something else. Anyways, so we are so used to, somebody makes us laugh, we laugh. Somebody makes us cry, we'll cry. Okay. How easily others are able to influence our feelings. Isn't it so? So how does the world influence you? The world influences you through your feelings. It's wonderful to have feelings, but it's not wonderful that if somebody can control your life through your feelings. Are you getting me? The only way the circumstances can control you is through your feelings. Because that's the way our programming is. We are easily influenced by someone, we are easily influenced by something through our feelings. So if you are a logical person, what will you say? You will say, if people are influencing me through my feelings, why don't I learn to generate the feelings that I want so that I can give my 100%? Now, who can repeat exactly what I said? Suchitra is good at it, so I'll ask her. So what will a logical person say?
I was mentally absent for that exact minute.
That's why your camera also went absent. That's why do you think I'm asking you? Anyways, so if the environment influences me through my feelings, why don't I learn to generate the feelings that I need so I can live my life 100%? So now can you repeat that?
Yeah. So if my environment the major influence of the environment on me is through feelings, why don't I generate my own feelings to feel the way I want to or need to?
Okay, so you did a little bit of interpretation over there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the other things that we don't do in life is we don't listen 100%.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying you're not listening.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is you're interpreting simultaneously. So sometimes you miss something. Okay, so I'll repeat it. Any logical person will say, if the environment influences me through my feelings, why don't I learn to generate the feelings which I need so I can live my life 100%? Go ahead. Ma'am, what happened to you?
So, do you want me to repeat it once again, sir?
Yeah, exactly the way I said it.
Okay. If the environment influences me through feelings,
my feelings,
I generate the feelings I need to live my life 100%.
Okay, so I said, if the environment influences me through my feelings, why don't I learn to generate the feelings that I need so that I can live my life 100%? See, we need to learn it. No, we don't already know it. Do you know how to generate your feelings right now?
No, sir.
We don't have the habit of it. No, our habit right from childhood is you do something wrong, mommy will eat you. They want to influence you to do something nice. Do it, I will give you toffee. Or I'll give you Kalakand or Mysore Pak or whatever it is that they give you, right? And they say you are a naughty boy, I will give you quinine. We will give you castor oil. That's what my mother used to threaten me. If you're naughty, we will give you castor oil. So we got influenced from the outside, and that's how we made a habit out of it. So it's called power of generation. Now look into your life. Don't your feelings have a significant impact on your actions?
Yeah.
right? So if your mood is down, what kind of, your body will show. People say, what's happening to you? You haven't opened your mouth and said anything. Yeah. So all feelings significantly impact your actions. So all our life we are looking for somebody to come and give us love and inspiration. Then only we can live our life 100%. There are lots of movie songs also like that. Okay. Where are you? When will that angel come and influence me positively? Then I will give 100% life. Right? So they have these war cries also, no? Haven't you seen that people who do karate and all just, ah! They are doing generation. So I met Mr. Nasiruddin Shah once and I asked him, hey, how do you act so well? He says, I don't act. I said, okay, what do you do if you don't act? He was laughing, he knows I'm making fun of him. So I'm a method actor. I said, okay, what is that? When I act, I'm not acting. I generate. When I'm angry, I'm really angry. When I'm sad, I'm really sad. I generate the feelings that I need to play my part. I generate. I said, wow, that's a nice word. That's why I'm saying generate. I am telling you, this is the practice for this great adventure of your life today. Generate your feelings. It's as simple as that.
So what about how it hits or impacts other people, the way I generate my feelings?
Hello. Why you, look, it depends on which way you want to generate. Okay, let me tell you something. Suchitra, right from the age of 4 years, I never allowed myself to get angry, okay? I just would not get angry. Now, when I started working in the Bosch company and I became the head of a department, right? I had some 15 people reporting to me. And that became a negative thing for me because the people thought, oh, Malvai is very nice, he's not going to say anything. He never gets angry. They started taking advantage of me. Thank God. I learned to generate, right? Now I can generate anger so well, nobody will know if I'm angry really or not. So the ability to generate whatever feeling you need, right? So let's say I want to have a great day today. Now, normally you get up little groggy. I actually got up little later than usual today, I normally get up at 5 o'clock. I almost got up at what? 6:50. Amazing. Very groggy in the head and all. I said, oh my God, I've got a session in the morning. Right? You think that kind of a frame of mind will work for me? No. So I said, come on. So if you need to generate enthusiasm, do that. If you need to generate passion, do that. Now, some people are only driven by fear, They'll start studying one day before the exams. So if you want to be driven by fear, why do you want to wait for someone to come and make you fearful? You generate it, no? I say, why should we give the power of our life into anybody else's hand? Now, if I'm a responsible person, I'm not, to answer your question, Suchitra. Yeah. If I'm a responsible person, I don't want to be damaging people when I generate my emotions, right?
Okay.
The difference between getting angry and generating anger is what, do you think?
Like one of them is more effective, the other is blind.
Okay, that's also correct.
One is conscious, the other one is unconscious, just reaction.
The difference is, between giving a scalpel to an untrained person and giving a scalpel to a surgeon. Giving a sword to an untrained person or giving a sword to an experienced swordsman. Okay. See, when you get angry, you are out of control. You may do things which can damage somebody and kill his self-esteem. If you generate anger, you know how much to generate. You are in full control. You know what to say and what not to say. Okay?
Yeah.
So even when I generate anger, I will never insult the person.
Okay.
I will speak very harshly about what he's doing. That's the difference between being assertive and being aggressive also, by the way. So when you generate something, it's easier to be assertive. When it happens to you, and generally look at the way we give feedback to people. When we get angry only, I say, hello, don't give feedback when you're angry. You'll say a lot of things which you will regret afterwards. So learning the distinction of generating the feelings that you need. You'll be quite surprised, as you go through the day, inertia takes over. As you go through the day, business as usual. Same old things we are doing. Now imagine Vitrivel is doing sales. He meets customers every day. After some time, he'll become mechanical, no? This is something I learned in the beginning of my training career. When I did my first 10 workshops, wow, enthusiasm, because I was doing it. It was coming from there. The 11th time I said, oh my God, I have to do again. Then I learned the power of generation. Another thing that happened, my gurus who taught me to be a trainer, they said, hello, Sukdeepak, you will be sitting in front of all kinds of audiences. Okay. So if your audience is dull and you get influenced by them, you will also become dull. Now, whose job is to influence the audience? Your job. Are you going to allow yourself to be influenced by the audience? And those words, they came to me when I was doing a program in Germany. Okay. So, these guys are all sitting. You crack a joke, they'll say, same thing happened in China. You don't know whether they are getting it or not. No expression only. No, and as a coach or a trainer, you're looking for some expression, some validation. No, somebody is responding or not. Nothing is coming. So what do? That's the time when you need the power of generation, or when life is not working, you're despondent, you're upset, you're sad, things are not going your way at all. You're feeling insulted, you're feeling let down, you're feeling that world is now victimizing me. What to do? Why am I alive? How much I have to suffer in my life? All these kind of thoughts come. Then you say, hey, enough. I'm going to have a great day. So everybody say with me, that's for today. I'm going to have a great day.
I am going to have a great day.
I'm 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 going to have a wonderful
I'm going to have a
day.
great day.
I'm gonna
I'm
have a
going to have a
wonderful day.
I will do every action with full energy and enthusiasm.
I will do
I will do
every
every
action
action
with
action with
enthusiasm
full
and
energy and enthusiasm.
My energy will be so infectious that whoever I meet today will be infected by my energy.
My energy.
My
energy is so infectious.
Whoever meets me will get infected
By my energy.
by
People
my
will be
energy.
energized
By
by
my
my presence.
By my
I'm
presence.
energized by my presence.
So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. Vitrivel, Rama, congratulations. We've got 50% attendance today. Not bad to begin with, right? So we must contact the rest of them and say, hello guys, what happened? You registered with enthusiasm and then the environment took over. Sir, I got sick. I was so sleepy. I had to go to office. I never realized. So have a wonderful day, guys. All right.
Tomorrow 7:30.
Tomorrow 7:30. Thank you for reminding me, Vitrivel.
Thank you, sir.
So we can't make it on 8 o'clock.
What are you doing before that, Leena?
Ramas,
Okay, tell you what.
was it? Ramas.
No. Okay, look, here's something. Let's continue at 8 o'clock for a few days. Okay, until we have a sizable number of people so that we can ask them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So
thank you.
we will send a message to everybody and find out. Leena, what is it that, look, if you need to stretch a little to be there at 7:30, it's worth it, no?
But for few days we are at 8 o'clock. We'll be
That's
there.
okay, but I'm just saying that suppose everybody says 7:30,
Ah.
it is worth stretching a little bit, no?
Yeah, actually I'm I'm attending something else before that.
Oh, okay, let's see. Now, if we start accommodating everybody, then there'll be a problem. But if nobody has a problem with 8 o'clock, finally we may do 8 o'clock also.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's see, we'll take a call on that. So for tomorrow, let it remain 8 o'clock with 3. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We
Thank
must
you very much.
accommodate the ladies. Right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful
Thank
day.
you. Bye.
Wishing everyone a wonderful day.
Thank you. Great session.
Sir, I think it's Helen Keller.
Yeah, it is Helen Keller. What did I write over there?
Spelled Keeler.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Spelling is wrong.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank
what is
you.
the spelling anyway? I'll correct it.
Keller.
All right. Thank you very much. Good to have you with us. You'll point out all our faults and kinks. We need somebody like that with us. Thank you so much.
You don't need to nitpick.
No, it's fine. I enjoy it. Do you see any rancor on my face or any this thing?
No,
I'm
none.
happy.
None.
Nobody points out no improvements will happen, no?
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.